Potential corruption inside of one of America's deepest, bluest cities. Baltimore's Inspector General is accusing Democratic Mayor Brandon Scott of using a city-run youth program for fraud. We're talking about $50,000 on crab cakes and chicken wings in luxury skyboxes at Ravens and Orioles games. The clash is now spilling into the courts, and it's just the latest chapter in wasteful government spending with virtually no oversight. So, Mike, when you think about deploying money in any sort of business, whether you're taxes or you're investing, what's the controls that you want to see?
Yeah, and I spent my weekend in Baltimore, so firsthand saw what's going on down there. My son had a AAU basketball tournament. I passed about 4 people in broad daylight in a heroin trance, just right in the middle of the street, downtown, right across. We stayed right across the street from Camden Yards. And the thought kept hitting me as I saw the squalor and the way these people were living there, that who's in charge? Who's running this place? Because it's not fair to these people. They're left there, homeless people everywhere, drug use obviously everywhere. And they need to elect an official who's going to come in and use the taxpayer dollars to help the people who they're supposed to be governing. So I just feel like whoever's in charge there needs to be put out of a job because they're failing badly.
But, Jackie, we've been talking about all this waste for months now. We started in Minnesota and we've gone across the country, but nothing's really changed. So is this just another story?
I think it's another story, and it's important to shine a light on every single one. But the problem is, and I grapple with the same thing you do, Mike, why don't things change? Because the constituents of these cities and states keep electing the same types of leaders and keep going round and round in the motions. Same thing's happening here in New York. I mean, you see a lot of squalor and disgusting things on the street that you don't want to see. You know, we're in the middle of a huge, massive LIRR strike right now where people can't get to work. This is one of the railroads where people are paid the most and the unions are holding them hostage. And what is local leadership doing? They're trying to, again, blame President Trump. And so we go round and round in these circles. I don't see in this town right now what would get us to elect another George Pataki or Rudy Giuliani to fix this. I mean, I guess it's got to get substantially worse, like it did in the 70s and 80s to be able to bring that about. But like, we just keep doing the same thing. Actually, we keep going more left than we did before.
Yeah.
I mean, is this about trust or incompetence at this point?
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, I kind of think I'm with you, but it's good, I think, that there's this new culture of like finding fraud. You know, like Cummings in Baltimore wants to find fraud. If she gets power, somebody will want to find fraud on her. But the end result of it is people are really tuned into fraud, Marcus. I kind of like fighting that.